next fight is scheduled for three-minute rounds of amateur featherweight title action. This fight brought to you by Keogh Convenience Store. And fighting out of the red corner, representing CMAC MMA, holding a record of 3-0, make some noise for Keogh!
He's almost a forgotten hype train.
Holding a record of 4-2, make some noise for Cormac!
Both men are in the cage. Keogh is in the black pit bull. Manson standing across the cage. Kieran Burns is also in the black pit bull. Manso, the blue hand wraps. All right, Cormac. And the red hand wraps on Keogh. Third man is Aidan Marin. We're underway here, Phil, and let's see that evolution and the change in game and what Keogh has to offer here. Nice left hand though by
just pinned the head back there. For me, it's going to be interesting to see, does Cormac Burns adopt that FAA style of punch into the clinch, use that beautifully dominant wrestling? And that's a dangerous game to play with Keogh, who is so active and dangerous off his back.
Keogh looks the much longer fighter in there, and he's trying to utilize that reach. Nice boxing, using that teep to get away kick.
Keogh, of course, coming from that southpaw stance. His entries are so different. It's a completely different dynamic fighting a southpaw fighter, and there aren't a lot of southpaws running about at the minute. Nice lead hook there from Keith. He's just a little bit quicker to the punch so far, isn't he, Noel?
Yeah, he's landing the clean shots here, and again, it's that reach. He's almost like Dal Sim from Street Fighter. He's just got that dexterity to extend that hand, and Burns potentially might think he's out of reach, but when he fully extends, he's just clipping Burns on the end. And looking to get the takedown here. Body lock.
Trying to lock up a leg. Almost use his own leg as a shelf to pull Cormac Burns down onto.
And again, there's that head position, and it sounds so simple what we're talking about, but this is the difference, as you said, and sneaking around to the back here is Keogh. He's really putting the pressure on Burns.
Nice balance being exhibited there again by Burns. That needs to be wary of getting the back taken.
Yeah, he needs to fight the hands here. Almost sit his weight back into Keogh if he has the back taken and fight them hands to separate.
And again, as we've seen in previous fights, this could be all part of the game plan of Keogh. Force Burns into those tiresome grappling exchanges. So going into the second round, all that lactic acid is building up in the muscles.
Slow down the shots.
Yeah.
Good reversal though by Burns, but only briefly.
Keogh right now forcing Burns into doing all the work. Interesting little chess match developing here, Noel. Exchanging knees in the clinch.
Let's say Keogh, time away. We spoke about it earlier, Phil. Ring rust is a real. Keogh doesn't be demonstrating any of that.
Someone needs to tell Keogh that it is okay to blink during the course of a fight. Elite level featherweight action here for the vacant Cage Conflict featherweight title. Frenetic pace.
And you can just see Keogh is rolling with the shots that Burns is offering and not getting really.
Oh, that's a big shot from Burns.
That's a big one right on Keogh, and guys for that neck. Pops the head out, Keogh. And that's I suppose, the disadvantage, Phil, of trying to tie up that type of guillotine choke is you end up with your opponent in dominant position.
And this is not a position that you want somebody like Keith Keogh being in. Establishing the position, ready to go to work.
He's in that half guard position, but potential shoulder strikes here. And body lock in that. Got to be careful of holding on to that neck the way he is. He's going to use it and stand up to get up to his knee and plant that left or right hand down, and does well. But he's got to watch his back.
Keogh momentarily tried to get that hook in. Again, could be looking for the back takedown if he just switches the momentum. Nice big knees, just softening up the thighs of Cormac Burns.
Looking to fall back, and good balance by Cormac Burns there though, but again, body lock still on. Elevates the left leg, looks to pull Burns down. Trying to systematically break his opponent here.
There's the takedown.
And it's the Kimura on the bottom by.
Uses it beautifully to trip.
Yeah.
Sorry, use it beautifully to transition and sweep.
He's in a crucifix position here. But Keogh trying to slip out the side door and nearly say here.
Does a beautiful job.
And in on a single. What a scramble into the double. Exceptional work, both men. Originally Burns with that Kimura sweep, and now Keogh getting out the side door and back into that position.
And that's bound to be so frustrating for Burns. You had that moment where you did the work to get into the position. You had a beautiful Kimura trap sweep.
Interestingly, let go of the Kimura when he got to top. Obviously thought he had secured that position. But the awareness of both men, of the opportunities presented to them.
And right now, this seems to be where Keogh is at his most comfortable. On that side-on position, has that hook in and out. Big knees to soften up the thighs and glutes of Cormac.
Again, hooks the leg, triangles his own, and is potentially going to fall back here again. 10-second clapper, looking to take up a good strength and balance shown by Cormac Burns, but he's been carrying Keith Keogh for a lot of this.
And there was almost like a sigh of exasperation there from Cormac Burns in the middle of that little exchange, as if to say, what do I need to do? Definitely cut it a more frustrated figure walking back to his corner than Keith Keogh did. And transversely, if you're in the corner of Cormac Burns, you have to tell him to use lateral movement, almost ice skater-esque, to try and cut those angles. You can't be a stationary target. You can't have your feet planted. And I know that Cormac Burns has the capacity to throw heavy hands. He loves to get in those kinds of dogfights, but in doing so, he plants his feet and leaves himself vulnerable to takedowns.
Nice inside leg kick by Burns to open up the third round. Nice hands finishing with the uppercut by Keogh. Does well to get his head out of there and out of the range, but Burns had success in that second round with some good shots. But there we have it.
Nice reversal by Burns, but great work from Keogh to bring it into the open forum of.
Like two deer there battling with heads. Yes, Phil, deer battle with their heads. I've watched animal documentaries.
Not unlike a little bit of giraffe fighting.
With the necks.
Keogh again trying to work for that takedown. It's just such a suffocating, frustrating style that he's implementing, and it's so effective.
Yeah, and that's it. He's not giving any room for Burns, and Burns must almost be gasping for air, almost like being pulled under water each time. Looking to take the back now, sits up, gets one hook in, but the cage blocking him, potential arm.
Could switch to an armbar here.
Use them long limbs.
Again, could use that Kimura trap to transition. Can't quite see if he has the figure four grip on the wrist. Yes, he does.
Burns slides out. And
needs to be wary of going. Heel hooks are not legal in amateur mixed martial arts. Straight locks, calf crushes are perfectly
gets
legal.
the back there though. Transition roll by Burns, but
he needs to keep rolling on top.
This is a big scramble. Burns needs to win this.
And again, right back into that position from Keith Keogh. It's a masterclass on grappling for mixed martial arts.
What I'm loving about what Keogh does, obviously he's putting a lot of effort into this, but he doesn't seem to be exerting it. He's using technique over raw strength.
And it's economical with his energy too.
And this is why he's so highly touted, especially from his teammates in CMAC, and of course Alexander O'Sullivan, one of the most decorated amateur fighters in this country, in his corner.
And it's the subtlety of just sweeping out the leg, little things like that the uninitiated may not necessarily see happening, but it's little nuanced behaviors like that, little nuanced tactics like that will potentially make Keogh a champion here tonight.
Frustration starting to grow on the face of Cormac Burns here. He's got the body lock of his own here. It's a 50-50 over-under for both men, but good balance by Keogh, and realistically, I can't see it going any other way except Keogh being crowned champion.
But to have the cardio to sustain that type of approach over the course of 3 rounds tells you just what an elite athlete Keogh is.
Keogh gets the nod as we thought he would. Big performance by the CMAC man. Moves to 6-0, and against the caliber of fighters he's fighting, Phil, that speaks volumes.
Yeah, this was not by any stretch of the imagination a gimme fight for either man. This was 2 elite featherweights going in, and Keogh richly deserves the plaudits, richly deserves the win. But on the transverse of that, Cormac Burns will undoubtedly be back.